So I've got good news. We've already qualified for our Champions League group for the first time in OS history in our final season. So it's going to be a bit of a job on for us to go the whole way. But you never know. But today we find out if we finish first against Besiktas. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to FC OS in Football Manager 2018. I should have figured a more catchy title. I'm Ed, TedRedwoodFM, and today we do play Besiktas in the Champions League. I think that's probably going to be it because we're more focused on Champions League this year. The league's going just disturbingly well, as has done the last couple of years. We last saw each other this 3-2 win over Chelsea. I think it was this one. It might have been the one where we lost, but I think it wasn't. Don't think it was. Get your words out. But no, we played Chelsea, we beat them 3-2, they came back into it late doors, but we managed to hold them off. We then played final within the league, 1-3-1, Jose Gray scored once, and then Besiktas got 2 penalties in the last few minutes to actually get us back into the game, strangely. Yeah, it wasn't great, but we won, that's the important thing. We then played Telstar away in the KNVB Becker. We won 3-0, really straightforward win. Marta, Boghossian and Suarez on the score sheet there. We went away to Heerenveen, absolutely thumped them, sorry, I need to have a little drink. Thumped them 5-1, Rahak on the score sheet twice, Suarez, an own goal by Thorsby, a goal for them by Thorsby, and then Karavic sealing it in the 91st minute. I say sealing it, that was the 5th goal, but it was nice to get 5. We then played Chelsea in the Champions League, went 3-0 down in this one. Then we changed the formation after the 3rd goal because I thought something's wrong here. We just went to more countering formation. It seemed to work. Besiktas scoring twice in the last 10 minutes, but unfortunately we left it too late to mount a comeback. I'll kick my chair. And I was kicking myself for letting that go, to be honest. But then 6 games without defeat, the first of which VVV, another 5-1 win. Besiktas, Zuniga twice, Gonzalez, the defender, twice. Just absolutely smashed them out of the park. Same against ADO Den Haag. Prazak, Ronaldo, Zuniga, and an own goal by them, sealing a 4-0 win. Before a really odd 4-4 draw against Celtic, I have to remind myself here, we went 1-0 up, then we went 2-1 down, then 2-2, then we went 3-2 up, and then they went 4-3 up. And then we scored in the very last minute of the game. I'll probably show you that goal in a second because I seem to recall it was strange, but if I don't show it, it's because it wasn't strange. Actually, I feel like I recall this. We had just thrown everyone forward at this point. They were down to 10 men, I think. Doesn't look like they are there. But that is just absolutely appalling, isn't it? When you think you've won a game 4-3, for that defensive calamity, it's just a nightmare. But yeah, we'd gone to something like 1 at the back and gone complete wing backs and centre mids. It was crazy at that point, but we managed to get that goal and then we just held out for a 4-4. And then we played De Graafschap on 4-1, Reyes, Suarez, Zuniga, Ramiro all on the score sheet there, very Mexican feel. Smashed NEC 6-1. Not many clean sheets in this little period of time. Besiktas hat-trick, Verheyen, Rahak and Zuniga yet again on the score sheet before we just beat Heracles 2-0 away from home. Zuniga, Ramiro, really tight game actually. They had some good chances. But we held on for the 2-0 win. So in terms of the Champions League group, I don't know how it works for Celtic, but we are qualified. I think so they're not yet. So are they playing each other? Yeah, Celtic are playing Chelsea in this last game. So they just have to better the previous result, which is going to be interesting. But we are through, and we're not necessarily through top, but we're definitely through. That's the important thing. We're playing Besiktas. They weren't much cop last time, but no doubt they'll cause us issues this time. So that's amazing to go through as first place. We'll see what we're going to get afterwards, but it could be horrific. And then in the Eredivisie, we are top of the league. We're on 39 points from 15 games. So we've lost twice, won 13. We've got a game in hand over Heerenveen below us. So a win would put us 7 clear. And then we are 8 points clear of 3rd place with 2 games in hand. So it's already looking ridiculous. We're just rotating so much and just looking just unstoppable, to be honest. And that is kind of it really in terms of updates. The board keep asking me to extend my contract, which is up at the end of the season for obvious reasons, because this is the last season. So it's not happening. So I just keep asking to expand the ground or improve the facilities, and they're just not doing anything. So I mean, I'm leaving. It's definitely happening. Oh, I've lied. We have got something else. We've got a new affiliate. Who is it? It's FFA COE, the Australian academy team thing. They're all amateurs, so they're probably not great, but occasionally they do come up with a really good player, and this guy might be okay for a long run actually, but Not for us, but we might just, ruin the club in the long term just to have fun, really. But we are looking at the team against Besiktas. So we've got Julio Cesar on goal, Manuel, Munoz, Bokosian and Krizek at the back, with Ronaldo, Prazak in the middle, Gray and Romero on the wings, and Buzek and Zuniga up front. We're going pretty much full strength. You could argue that a couple of guys could get in ahead of others. Ferres has been performing really well, so he could come in for Munoz. And then Suarez has actually been in good form recently. He scored as many goals as Buzek, but if you look at that front two together, 26 goals for Zuniga, 11 for Buzek, you kind of have to play them together, don't you? And then Michael Marta, bless him, he's coming off the bench a lot, but that's kind of about it. But that's sort of his place in the team now. But Buzek, it is against his former club. Like I said, we tried to sign him many years ago. He ended up going to Besiktas. We got a minimum clause. We met it. He didn't want to sign for us less than like 60k. Gone back in 2 years later, and he's come to us for 60k. So he's mugged us off, but he's performing well, so I'm happy. Besiktas, I don't think I showed you them before, but they don't have anyone particularly of note. They've got a couple of new gens in there. Douglas Santos exists as a person. He's a real life person, isn't he? I don't really recognise him, I'll be honest. But yeah, no one really specific. Anyone on the bench? No. Kevin Volland, who must be ancient, 34 years old now. That's crazy. But we get into the game. I'm hoping it's a packed house at the FC Stadium. It looks like there's a few empty seats, but we should really be beating Besiktas. 25 minutes in, Chelsea have just gone 3-0 up and just gone ahead of Celtic in the league as the corner comes in. It bounces around. It's a bit of pinball in there, and Munoz pokes home. With Chelsea winning 3-0, we couldn't finish second anyway, but it's still nice to get the win. It gives us the money. So you see, corner comes in from Gray here. It's going all over the place. Prazak heads it down for Bokosian, who smashes it into someone, and then it falls for Munoz. Celtic get a goal back, and you'll see that's put them back into seconds. There's clearly a 2-goal swing in there. I don't know when away goals is going to take into account with the head-to-head. I'm glad we don't have that problem this year. But Zuniga is up the left side, crosses it in. Buzek hits the bar, and then Gray can't quite get the follow-up. Highlights started with just a wayward pass into space, which is really odd. Don't know why this started happening, but I quite like it. Prazak out to Gray, tries to cross it and fails. Ronaldo should pick up the pieces and does. That's a nice ball back out to Gray. Buzek is there, and Buzek scores against his old team. Is he going to celebrate? Yeah, he's giving it. He's actually giving it in front of the away fans. I love him. What a guy. Something I really like about Ronaldo, our defensive mid, is he actually has the preferred player move, or PPM, as stays back at all times, which, as a midfielder, you kind of want to get forward a bit. He's playing defensive mid. He's a deep line playmaker, actually, but he sort of acts like a defensive mid with those attributes and like how he plays and the stay back. So it's perfect, really. He plays it simple most of the time, then long occasionally. Buzek forces another save out the keeper. They're lucky not to be 3-0 up. But yeah, Ronaldo, we've made a couple of signings this summer that have just really improved the team. Ronaldo and Buzek were two massive signings, and obviously Prazak's doing well in that centre mid attack role. Gray is doing well on loan, as you can see. He scored a goal to make it 3-0. Just a winger who's already pretty good, which is nice. We're not relying on him to improve. Then we got Munoz and Romero really kicking on this season as well. So I'm not saying we can win the Champions League. I've got no idea, because against Chelsea we rode our luck massively in winning 3-2 and then came back into it late to lose 3-2. So it's hard to tell exactly where we are against the top teams, as Buzek flashed it just wide. But it's left me wondering if it is possible to win the Champions League in this, our final season at OS. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But I'm worried, as they give it away in defence. Buzek is there, and he smashes it home. It's 4-0. And he hates Besiktas, and I love it. So half-time is here. We are 4-0 up. I'm going to tell them not to get complacent. They love it. And Besiktas yet to have a single shot on target. Passes complete is okay, I suppose, 75%. But yeah, so far so good for us. Chelsea just gone 6-1 up in their game, so I somehow sense they're going to get that second spot in the group. I'd rather play Celtic further down, although Celtic have just gone 6-2, so you never know. Only a couple more goals and they might stand a chance. But Besiktas, only their second shot of the game, and they force a good save out of Julio Cesar. Right, 65 minutes gone. I'm looking at changes. I'm going to bring off Prazak for Verheyen, who is not getting enough game time anymore, bless him. Ronaldo can come off for Burnett to keep him fresh as well. And then finally, I'm going to let Rahak have a run out up front. No, I'm not, because he's not a striker. What am I thinking? He's going to come for Jose Gray on the right of midfield. I'm losing the plot. It's getting on a bit. About 15 minutes left. Manuel with a throw on the right gives it straight to the Besiktas defence. Besiktas. It's really hard to say when you've not had much to drink all day. But they've come through on goal and then just flash it wide. I say I've had nothing to drink today. I've had about 4 litres of water. I've just eaten a lot of food because I'm a fatso. Anyway, they've got a throw in deep in their own half. They managed to clear it out. And I'll tell you what, they've had a few good long balls and chances from them. And there's a goal. Where are all the clean sheets, man? Highlight straight from kickoff. I hope it doesn't leave me hanging around too long, because the game is a wrap now. Unless they get another one back now, I'll start panicking. But Rahak has it on the right-hand side, who just... I love him, and he's apparently touted for European Golden Boy as he hits the bar from range with a cross. And then Zuniga puts it over. I'll get my words out eventually. But he's not that great. And apparently it's got Parker, who's got 16 current ability, 16 potential ability judging. Seems to think he's done developing. Buzek? Burnett puts us 5-1 up. So we'll see. I mean, not that it's my problem anymore, but I think I'm going to try and get Jose Gray tied down to a long-term deal. Sorry, I just did some sneezing. Because he's just a much better option, isn't he? Zuniga flash it to the back stick, and Rahak's clearly listening to me. Try and make me sound like a mug. He puts us 6-1 up. It's pandemonium. I hope none of these guys have goal bonuses. So there's the game. Sorry, I just completely lost concentration there. It was just a procession at the end. We've won 6-1 at home to Besiktas. I think the draw is after the Ajax game. That's really annoying. So I'll tack that on at the end of the episode. You won't see my face or anything, but no doubt I'll zoom in if it's anything drastic. But Chelsea have also gone through. We get our £1.3 million. Buzek was on form, which is obvious. I mean, look at some of these numbers here. So 13 games, 13 goals, 5 assists, just dirty. And actually improving a little bit as well, which is interesting to see, because he was at like 11 pace, but that seems to be picking up. So yeah, still improving. And then what do you say about Zuniga? 23 goals, 23 games, one off the bench. So 24 games, 28 goals, 19 assists. That is horrific. 10 player of the matches in 24 games. That kid is an absolute dirt monster. Who is he wanted by at the moment? Atletico, Barca, Madrid, Valencia. Cool. And while we're here, because it's not really my problem anymore, first I'll check how much money we have in the bank. So we've got 25 million transfer budget. We have about 400,000 to spend on wages. So let's go and have a look at Mr. Gray and see what he's going to be up to. Why is this sorted strangely? So Jose Gray on loan from Arsenal, 21 years old. He's going to be 22 in July, but just pace demon, dribbles pretty well, crosses well, first touch is good work rate. Is everything I would want. He's 3-star current. He's still got potential to grow as well. Interestingly, he's part English. I guess you can figure that out from the Gray part. Jose Gray, very odd. But born in Argentina, clearly to some kind of English parentage. But came through the Arsenal Academy. Has he never actually played for him at all? But I'm going to try and sign him up now. We'll see what Arsenal want as soon as I figure out where on earth I'm going. We'll make an inquiry. And we'll leave it at that, apparently, because I've screwed up. Anyway, next up for me is a double against Ajax in the league and the cup. And then we've got a couple games, then our mid-season break. And then we've probably got Champions League stuff. So we'll see how we're looking in terms of the league and the cup. I'd like to bring you a bit more league action, because I don't think we've brought you any so far this season, actually. Maybe one game, but even that would be a bit of a shock. So yeah, maybe a league and cup double next time, assuming we're still in there. If not, maybe just a league game to close off the January window. And look forward to the Champions League games. Just a quick bit of scouting for me, because obviously I won't see the draw until later tonight, and I will record it. In terms of teams that have gone through on our side of the draw, or at least half the draw: Os, Chelsea, Barca, PSG, Napoli, Arsenal, Inter and Bayern. Then Leverkusen and Atletico are already through, as are Monaco and Valencia. Man U are through, probably joined by Köln or Seville, whatever, and Juventus and Tottenham probably. So no real easy games. I think out of all of those, you're looking at Cologne, Sevilla, probably the easier ones, Inter possibly, but everything else is it's a bit of a nightmare really, isn't it? But anyway, I'll do my outro now, but stick around because Champions League draw is coming up. If you've enjoyed that, please do smash a like and subscribe for more. We are coming to an end of OS, but there's Newcastle going on. There'll be some other things appearing on the channel soon. But yeah, hang around, Champions League draw is happening now, and see you next time.